Wait. Before this video starts, I need to tell you something that genuinely kept me up at night. Scientists lowered a camera 3,000 feet into the deep ocean, and they found a whale, or what used to be one. But here's the thing. That whale had been dead for over 100 years, and on its bones, a living, breathing city of creatures. Over 400 species. None of them had ever seen sunlight. And every single one of them was alive because of one dead body. This, right here, is what a whale fall looks like. This is what happens beyond the blue, in the deep sea ocean, where no light reaches and no human has ever walked. And by the end of this video, you are going to understand why scientists, marine biologists who have dedicated their entire lives to ocean exploration, call this one of the greatest discoveries in the history of ocean science. Stay with me. Because what happens at the bottom of the deep ocean is so bizarre, so unexpected, so far outside what any wildlife documentary has ever shown you, it's going to make everything you thought you knew about ocean life feel incomplete. And I'm not going to waste your time. I've done the research. Every fact in this video is real. And what I'm about to show you is going to genuinely change the way you see this planet. Let's go. You were never taught what the ocean does with its largest animals. And the answer fundamentally changes how we understand all deep-sea life. This isn't just a nature story. It's the story of how life survives in the most hostile environment on Earth. Here is the first question I want you to hold on to, and I will answer it before this scene ends. Where do whales go when they die? Most people, if they think about it at all, picture something simple. A whale dies. It sinks. Nature does its thing. End of story. But that answer is so incomplete, it's almost wrong. Let me give you a sense of scale first, because this matters more than anything else I'm going to say. A blue whale, the largest animal that has ever existed on this planet in all of recorded marine biology, can grow to 100 feet long. That's the length of 3 full-sized school buses lined up end to end. Its heart alone weighs as much as a small car. Its tongue, just its tongue, weighs as much as an entire African elephant. Its major arteries are so wide that a child could crawl through them. When a blue whale dies and begins its descent to the ocean floor, it doesn't just fall. It arrives. And what it delivers to the bottom of the deep-sea ocean, a place so nutrient-poor that most creatures there are perpetually on the edge of starvation, is the equivalent of dropping a fully stocked supermarket into the middle of a desert. Scientists call it a whale fall. And in the world of deep-sea creatures, documentary filmmaking, in the world of marine science, in the world of underwater documentary research, this term carries the weight of decades of shock and awe. Because when the first scientists used a submarine to investigate a whale carcass on the ocean floor in the 1980s, nobody was prepared for what they found. Not just scavengers, not just bacteria, an ecosystem. A thriving, structured, multi-layered ecosystem of deep-sea life that operates by rules completely unlike anything we see on land or in shallow water. A community of weird ocean creatures that behave more like residents of another planet than animals from ours. So let me answer this scene's question now. Where do whales go when they die? They go to the bottom, but they don't disappear. They become something else entirely. A cathedral of deep-sea creatures, a city built on bones, a living world that, as you are about to find out, can sustain itself, incredibly, for over 100 years. Let's go deeper. The first wave of creatures that respond to a whale fall proves the deep ocean is not a barren wasteland. It is a highly organized, perfectly calibrated ecosystem that responds to events faster than most people imagine. Understanding this changes how we think about deep-sea life entirely. How fast do you think 200 tons of whale can disappear? Take a second. Think about it. 200 tons. That's the weight of 33 fully grown African elephants. Take your best guess. I'll give you the answer before this scene ends, and I promise, it's not what you think. The moment a whale's body reaches the ocean floor, a descent that, depending on the depth, can take anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 full hours, the deep ocean sends in its first responders. And these first responders are unlike anything in any wildlife documentary you've ever seen. The Greenland sleeper shark arrives first. Now I know what you're picturing. Fast, aggressive, explosive. Everything we associate with the word shark. But the sleeper shark is the opposite of all of that. The Greenland sleeper shark moves at a cruising speed of just 0.76 miles per hour. Slower than a person taking a casual stroll through a supermarket. It is, arguably, the most unhurried apex predator on Earth. Here's the size comparison that matters. A Greenland sleeper shark can reach 24 feet in length, as long as a full-sized moving truck. It can weigh over a ton, and it has been alive in some documented cases for over 400 years. That means there are sleeper sharks swimming in the deep ocean right now that were alive before the Pilgrims landed in America. 400 years. One shark. Think about that for a moment. These sharks don't need speed because the whale isn't going anywhere. They tear into the carcass methodically, removing massive chunks of blubber and flesh in organized, almost surgical passes. And then come the hagfish. Hagfish are one of the most ancient marine animals on Earth. Their body plan has barely changed in 300 million years. They have no jaw, no stomach, technically. They slither inside the carcass and absorb nutrients directly through their skin, while simultaneously coating everything around them in a suffocating slime that can fill a 5-gallon bucket from a single animal in seconds. Here's a comparison. The slime output of a single hagfish, if you spread it out, could cover an area larger than your kitchen floor in under a minute. They are, objectively, one of the most horrifying things in any deep-sea fish catalog. And then, the anglerfish. The anglerfish is perhaps the most recognizable symbol of deep-sea life. That alien face, that glowing lure dangling above its jaws in the darkness of the midnight zone ocean. Bioluminescence, the ability to produce biological light, is one of the most extraordinary products of deep-sea adaptation and evolution. The anglerfish's glowing lure is a masterpiece of predatory engineering, drawing prey directly to its mouth in an environment with zero natural light. The anglerfish doesn't stay on the whale for long, but its appearance during the mobile scavenger phase is a reminder of how complete this ecosystem is. Every ocean zone sending its specialists. In total, during this first phase, which can last from 4 months to 2 full years, the mobile scavengers can strip between 40 and 60 kilograms of flesh from the whale carcass every single day. That's the weight of a full-grown adult human being, removed every day, in the pitch-black deep-sea ocean. And so, the answer to this scene's question: how fast can 200 tons of whale disappear, down to bare bone, in under 2 years? In the abyssal zone, with zero sunlight, zero photosynthesis, and creatures most people have never heard of. This is deep-sea adaptation at its most extreme,